$100 a barrel on Tuesday.
Are we going to get relief from these dry conditions anytime soon? Find out in my full weather forecast.
And the federal transportation mask mandate will be sticking around for another 15 days. All that and more on News 3 New Mexico right now.
Evening and thank you for watching News 3 New Mexico. I am Yinka, Sodunke.
And I am Bradley Wise. Officials say a wind-driven wildfire swept through neighborhoods in a mountain community in drought-stricken south-central New Mexico, burning at least 150 structures. The blaze in the town of Ruidoso also forced the evacuations of schools with 1,700 students. Officials said Wednesday that homes were among the structures that burned, but officials did not have a count of how many were destroyed in the blaze on Tuesday. A Lincoln National Forest spokesperson says no deaths or injuries were reported from the fire, driven by winds gusting between 50 to 90 miles per hour. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Mexico election regulators are resisting efforts by a conservative-backed foundation to post statewide voter registration information on a public website where it can be searched by names or addresses to view whether people voted in past elections, and sometimes their party affiliations. The website does not list details of how people voted in any election. The Voter Reference Foundation hopes to add registered New Mexico voters to its website database that spans 20 states. New Mexico Secretary of State Maggie Tolose Oliver said in an interview that the foundation's efforts violate New Mexico restrictions, the use of voter registration data, and worries about voter intimidation.
Now, an area at the U.S. government nuclear waste repository in southeastern New Mexico was evacuated over the weekend after workers handling a shipment container discovered a small amount of radioactive liquid inside it. Officials say there was no indication of airborne contamination and that testing of workers' hands and feet turned up no contamination. It wasn't immediately clear where the liquid came from, but officials did confirm that the shipment came from Idaho National Laboratory. The repository receives shipment from federal labs and defense-related sites around the country. The waste typically consists of lab coats, gloves, tools, and debris contaminated with plutonium and other radioactive elements. Now, New Mexico State Senator Jacob Candelaria is suing fellow Senator Mimi Stewart, accusing her of retaliation over his criticism of our leadership. The Santa Fe New Mexican report Candelaria and Independent believe Stewart, a Democrat, used our authority as president pro tem of the Senate to move his Capitol office and change his seat on the Senate floor. The spokesman for Senate Democrats said Stewart would not comment on the lawsuit. Stewart allowed an investigation of a state administrator accused of making racist remarks, but didn't alert all state legislators. Several staffers under Rachel Gotgo, director of the Legislative Education Study Committee, alleged she made racist comments about Native Americans, belittled a gay man, and had a harsh management style. Only a few other legislative leaders knew an attorney was conducting an investigation into the conduct, but did not include 8 of the 10 lawmakers with direct supervisory authority over her. Candelaria and others called for a dismissal, but Stewart remained a steadfast defender of Gotgo. Gotgo eventually resigned. Candelaria wants his lawsuit to go to trial, even though he is resigning from the Senate in December in the middle of a third term. Now, Payton, what is going on with the weather right now? It seems windy today.
It seems a little cold too.
Yeah, it's warming up though, and things are still going to stay pretty dry. So let's go ahead and check that out on my first weather.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, welcome back, everyone. So as you can see across the board, things are still pretty cool. So we got 49 in Farmington, we got 52 in Gallup, 58 in Albuquerque. So cool, but not too cold. We'll look at over here on this side of the world. We got Santa Rosa at 58, Ruidoso there at 54. I hope you guys figure out the fire situation on over there. The drought conditions across the state aren't looking too good for the most part. As you can see in Roswell and the rest of their own county right here, they're faced with exceptional drought. As you can see, I'll switch over here. As you can see with the indication, the legend indication right here, most of the state, we're in a drought crisis. As you guys know, we live in the Southwest where there's a huge desert. So we look at Roosevelt County and Curry County, we're all covered in extreme drought, which isn't great, and it's also not great for helping these fires as well. So let's hope we get some rain in our future. Let's go ahead and check those wind speeds, which is also affecting how these fires play out. If I can get there here in a second. Well, I guess we can still keep talking about the droughts. Up north, there's still plenty of drought going on as well with exceptional droughts in Clayton. There's the weather speeds, or wind speeds rather. Most of the state, like they were saying, 50, 60 mile an hour winds. That's what we're looking at today on Wednesday. Let's let's go quicker, actually, not zoom in. But Thursday, things are going to finally start dying down wind-wise. So, I mean, I know it's affecting us here in Portales, but everywhere else that's facing fires as well, things are going to start calming down quite a bit. Let's look at Friday, and it picks back up again, We're looking at the western side of the state. Things are picking up, and things are especially bad towards more of the central part. One more time, let's check it out. And Friday at 5, things are still 30, 40 miles an hour across the board. Let's take it back to Aiden Brad and Yinka at the desk.
Flush with tax revenues and federal aid, many U.S. states are increasing support for free college programs. Experts say the expansion of a program in New Mexico could serve as a model with flexible attendance requirements and generous financial aid. It covers tuition and fees for all students. Paired with federal grants, it can pay gas or rent for low-income students. The program allows adults to pursue a 4-year degree, even if they haven't been to school for a while. The $75 million program is funded mostly with one-time federal aid, leaving supporters concerned about how long the state can sustain the program. Texas Governor Greg Abbott says he will continue truck inspections that have gridlocked the U.S.-Mexico border for days. The two-term Republican governor said Wednesday he would not repeal his policy at all bridges until there are more assurances of security. Abbott did lift inspections at one international bridge after announcing what he said was an agreement for more enhanced security within Nuevo Leon, Mexico. But the most dramatic backups of commercial trucks along Texas's 1,200-mile border have occurred at other bridges that do not share a border with Nuevo Leon.
Gas prices could once again be on the rise. Crude oil prices soared back to over $100 a barrel on Tuesday. This is as OPEC slashed its forecast for this year's Russian oil production. The multinational organization blames the loss of Russian oil supply in part on the penalties imposed on Moscow because of the invasion of Ukraine. Some also worry China could be easing its COVID-19 lockdowns, which would affect the global demand for energy. OPEC did not upgrade its U.S. oil production projection this year, but the additional oil coming from the U.S. does not equal what could be slashed from Russia's production. In fact, the extra U.S. oil is expected to be less than half the amount of barrels forecasted to be caught from Russia's output.
Well, that's all the news we have for you right now. Be sure to come back after the break for Payton's full weather forecast.
But first, here's a look at the financial market.
Welcome back. So, as you can see, like I was mentioning before, things across the board are cool and comfortable and not too warm. So we got 67 in Socorro right there. We have 58 in Albuquerque, 68 in Truth or Consequences. Let's zoom into eastern New Mexico right here. We got 58 in Santa Rosa, 54 in Ruidoso, 69 in Roswell, 70 in Hobbs, 73, I think that's Artesia down there, pretty sure. And we got 61 in both Clovis and Portales. Now, you can see the temperatures on the map, but that doesn't show how dry it is across the state. As we can all tell, I've been having friends who have nosebleeds here and there, so things in the air are actually really dry nowadays. Hopefully we can get some rain. Let's check out that Futurecast radar. Not a whole lot of rain in our future, guys. Sorry to disappoint, but there's a little bit of cloud cover up north, but besides that, not looking like we're going to get too much activity to help with those fires or anything down there. Let's look at eastern New Mexico. It's still pretty dry, not a whole lot going on here. But, let's give it till Friday and let's see if anything changes in our future. Let's look at tonight's lows. In Farmington, we have 36, Gallup 31. Things cool down quite a bit at night, as you can tell. We have 36 in Santa Fe, 43 in Albuquerque, 43 in Socorro, 40 all the way down here in Silver City. Don't think I forgot about you guys. So look at eastern New Mexico. We got 43 in Santa Rosa, 36 in Santa Fe. Actually, might have just covered them. We got 45 in Roswell, 48 down in Hobbs, 42 in Portales, 43 in Clovis as well. Let's get a look at tomorrow's highs. We have 62 here in Farmington. We have 64 in Gallup as well. 80 down in Las Cruces. That one actually stands out to me. You know, the southern part of the state actually deals with a lot more heat, but, you know, it stands out across the whole map. We got 83 in Carlsbad, 81 in Hobbs, and 82 in Roswell. We got 76 in Tucumcari. So hopefully we get some rain in our future, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen this week. Let's get a look at your 7-day forecast. In Carlsbad, tomorrow we're looking at 83 degrees and 44 at night. Friday it's going to reach 90 and it's going to be pretty windy down there. Saturday you guys might be looking at some rain with some, actually looks like 0%, so not any rain, but it is going to be partly cloudy. Tuesday next week, however, 24% chance of rain, so maybe you guys will get some relief from these dry temperatures. Roswell, New Mexico. We're looking at 81 on Thursday tomorrow. We got 89 on Friday. Doesn't look like there's going to be too much. Oh, looks like on Tuesday you guys also have a 24% chance of rain, so hopefully that comes our way. The coldest night we're looking at is Sunday night, or rather it'd be Thursday night at 45. Tucumcari and the rest of Quay County, we got 76 tomorrow. Friday's going to be windy for you guys as well at 84 degrees. 41 Friday night, looks like the coldest on this map as well. Tuesday, it's also going to pick up wind-wise, but you guys have a 10% chance of rain on Tuesday. Portales, home sweet home, home of eastern New Mexico. We're looking at 76 on Thursday, nice and sunny. 42 degrees Thursday night, and Friday we're looking at 85. Partly cloudy, doesn't look, 24% chance of rain on Tuesday as well at 76. So hopefully there's some moisture in our future.
I think it seems pretty cool, the fact that we are not really having like any wind advisory coming up in the next few days now, because it's been windy for a while, but looking at next week, it seems we're not really going to have a lot of wind coming up.
Well, frankly, I'm from a colder region. I mean, I could do with a bit of cold for now.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I think we're going to stay under wind advisory for quite some time because we're currently under one right now. So I don't know how long this is going to be extended for.
Okay, so we're still going to be dealing with the winds.
Pretty much, yeah. It's pretty much unavoidable this time of year.
Okay, I think I'll be fine. Well, no problem then.
I mean, for me, as long as that temperature stays down.
Yeah, sure, but stay with us. We'll be back after the break.
Planning to travel soon? You're going to want to hear this. The federal transportation mask mandate will be sticking around for another 15 days until May 3rd. That's the latest from a source familiar with the matter who says the goal is to use the extra time to gather more information about the BA2 variant. As a reminder, the mandate means you have to wear a mask on public transportation, including planes, trains, and buses, and when you're inside places like airports and bus terminals. The mandate was supposed to expire on April 18th.
Google is doubling down on its office space. The tech giant says it plans to invest $9.5 billion in offices and data centers in the U.S. this year. That's up from more than $7 billion last year. The move comes as many of its employees are returning to work in an office 3 days per week after 2 years of being remotely working. The CEO wrote in a blog post that even with people working in offices less, investing in campuses still helps its product and quality of life for workers. The company plans to open a new office in Atlanta and expand office space in Austin and New York. Well, that is all the news we have for you right now.
Be sure to come back after the break for sports with Andreas Chavez.
Good evening, sports fans. I'm Andres Chavez, back with more scores, news, and upcoming games in the sports world, starting with the NFL. The U.S. House Oversight Committee sent a letter to the Federal Trade Commission saying it found evidence the NFL's Washington Commanders engaged in potentially unlawful financial conduct. The committee says the team withheld ticket revenue from visiting teams and refundable ticket deposits from season ticket holders. The committee said emails, documents, and statements made by former employees indicate team executives and owner Dan Snyder engaged in a troubling, long-running, and potentially unlawful pattern of financial conduct. The NFL says it is engaging a former SAC chair to review the most serious allegations. Moving to Greyhound Athletics, softball had a spectacular homestead last weekend, winning 3 of their first 4 matches in close fashion. Last week, I discussed how Greyhound softball did beat Texas Women's University off a walk-off run at the bottom of the 7th inning. But I wasn't able to get into the details of the second game, so let's roll the film. Hounds struck first, scoring a run in each of the first 2 innings. Urquidez sent a runner home after hitting a double into right field. Mackenzie Shaw hit single into the infield, helping make the lead 2-0. The Pioneers would fight back, scoring a run in the 3rd and 7th innings, but would still trail after allowing 2 runs in the 4th inning, leading to a final score of 4-2. Greyhound softball had another doubleheader Sunday, splitting with Midwestern State. The Greyhounds' next game was supposed to be tonight in a doubleheader versus New Mexico Highlands, but due to forecasted weather, the match will be set for next Tuesday with the game scheduled at 1 p.m. Moving to the NMLB, Alyssa Nakin made Major League history as the first female coach on the field in a regular season game when she took her spot as the San Francisco Giants against the San Diego Padres. The 31-year-old Nakin came in to coach first base for the Giants in the 3rd inning after Anton Richardson was ejected. When she was announced Richardson's replacement, Nakin received a warm ovation from the crowd in San Francisco. She also got a congratulatory handshake from Padres first baseman Eric Hosmer. The Giants won 13-2. The former Sacramento State softball star became the first female coach in the big leagues in 2020. Last week, Rachel Balkovec became the first woman to manage a minor league affiliate of an MLB team. She guided the New York Yankees Class A Tampa club. Before we go to a break, we wanted to take a look at an ENMU athletic celebration that will surely become a tradition every year. The Student Athletic Advisory Committee held its first annual Greyhound Gala, a former to recognize Eastern New Mexico student athletes. The SAAC gave out 6 individual awards as well as a team cup, all voted by the SAAC representatives for each sport. Spencer Roach claimed Male Athlete of the Year after starting his baseball season strong. Roach leads the team in batting average, hits, total bases, and home runs, receiving Lone Star recognition throughout the season. Female Athlete of the Year was awarded to Malatava Sima after finishing top 30 in the Lone Star Cross Country Championship and first in the 800-meter race at the 2022 LSC Indoor Track and Field Championship. Michaela Garvin from Greyhound Volleyball was awarded Freshman of the Year after finishing top 3 on the team in kills, hitting percentage, points, and points per game. Garvin was also named Freshman of the Year earlier by the Lone Star Conference. Tamia Smith was awarded Sophomore of the Year after replacing top 6 in shot put, discus, and hammer throw at the 2021 Lone Star Conference Outdoor Championship. Kelvin Kikemboy of ENMU Cross Country became Junior Athlete of the Year, earning all-conference recognition and winning the LSC Newcomer of the Year after finishing with the 10th fastest time by a Greyhound in a 10K course at the NCAA South Central Regional Championship. And the last individual award given was Ray Sapinga from Greyhound Volleyball. Sapinga led the team in assists and service aces while also finishing with 3 double-doubles. Sapinga also posted double-digit assists 21 times, with 11 games providing 20-plus assists. The last award given was ENMU Team Cup, given to the team that featured the most student athletes that attended other team games. The first annual cup was awarded to ENMU Softball, who finished atop the standings, attending the most ENMU athletic events. Well, that is all the sports I have for you tonight, but stay tuned. We'll be back at the desk with Yinka, Bradley, and Payton after this short break.
Welcome back, but just before we go, we'll just look at the weather once more. So Payton, take us through.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and give you guys one last look at our weather. So, in Santa Rosa, things are going to look pretty windy to end out your week. It's looking like 58 tomorrow, or it's 58 today, rather. 71 tomorrow, nice and sunny. At least you guys get a break from that wind. And 79 on Friday, nice and hot, but might be a good day to fly a kite out there. In Carlsbad, home of the cavemen, we have 74 today on Wednesday, and it's going to be clear skies. It was clear skies today. Thursday, 77. Looks like we're looking at some clear skies as well. And Friday, the wind's going to pick up once more at 89. Roswell, home of the Coyotes and the Rockets, I think. So we got 71 on Wednesday. Today was partly cloudy. 75 tomorrow, clear skies and good vibes. And Friday, we're looking at 86 with some partly cloudy weather as well. And Portales, home of the Greyhounds and home of the Rams. We got 74 today, nice and sunny, nice and windy as well. I don't know why it doesn't show that, but tomorrow on Thursday, we're looking at 77 degrees and mostly sunny. And we're looking at a lot of wind on Friday, sadly, at 89. So, yep.
Okay, so we'll be expecting the wind by Friday then. But okay, I'll just hold on to my car doors on Friday.
Yeah, you might want to hold on to that. Hold on to your hats as well.
Okay.
So you should tell me it before I had a few dents on my car.
Okay then, but then, well, thank you very much for watching News 3 New Mexico tonight.
Have a great night.